Well, today's story is not about building some AI startup or cracking that $1 million funding. It's about Divya. Divya's fight with cancer. How did her life tear apart and how is she finding peace with a needle and thread? Yes, join our community of Healing Through Embroidery and you will definitely love this.
Welcome to Brands of Bengaluru,
Thank
Divya.
you, thank you.
It's such a nice thing to be sitting and talking to you, understanding your journey, understanding your fighting spirit, and the most important thing is about how did you create that sphere of happiness with embroidery, which generally our grandmothers, probably our mothers, when they are usually pregnant, that's the best thing that they would do to keep their mind occupied and
Yes,
get that
I
art
get
done.
that. Yeah.
Please tell us.
Yeah, so if I have to tell about myself, like you already said, I am Divya. So I have started my embroidery journey very fresh, maybe 2 months old, my baby is. And just like how you told, like the generally our grandmas and mothers start this embroidery journey during pregnancy. That's how even I started learning embroidery.
Yeah.
Way back in 2020 during our corona hit, I had nothing to do at home, so I started this online embroidery classes, learning from online embroidery classes.
Oh,
So
wow,
that's how
wow.
I started.
You learned it during Corona, not in your childhood stage.
No. That too, I was pregnant during that time, so I learned it then.
I made a good guess then.
Yes, you were right at that place. So that's how I started. So after which, what happened is, like life happened. So I was busy with the kid and other stuffs happened. So I could not completely start into my embroidery thing. It was there somewhere like a passion or a hobby that you would do when you want to feel relaxed. So that's how this started. And then life happened. I was searching for a proper job like everybody would do out of their education. They obviously want to benefit out of getting a good job of what you have learned. So I started with my teaching profession. I was doing online classes for PU students, and then I started with a full-time job, a part-time job. That's how I started with what I learned. And then if I have to tell you about my embroidery journey,
Before the embroidery journey, we will talk about before Corona, after your education. You said that you have completed your MSc in computer science,
information technology.
Yeah, information technology. And what happened before Corona? Were you working?
No, I completed my education in 2018 from a
Lovely.
college in Chennai. So post which I was working as a school teacher.
Oh, nice.
For primary school students. I was teaching English.
Yeah.
And then again life happened. My work journey has lots of ups and downs, if I have to tell you. So I got this job, and then within 2 months I got a marriage alliance, and I had
Wow.
to shift to Bangalore.
Lovely.
So I left the job there, and then I stepped into Bangalore. After that, I did a testing course.
Wow.
Okay, so this institute is in Gandhi Bazaar, so I did there, and I got a good grades maybe. So I got a job in their own company. So I was working there. COVID struck. I got pregnant. I had to leave my job again at home. So I started with learning this embroidery. And that's how things happened. Post COVID, I was very busy with my kid.
What's your son's name?
He is Satvik.
Satvik. And how old is he now?
He is 4 years old
4
now.
years old.
He's going
Great.
to school now. So that then I was teaching, like I told you, I was doing an online job. I was teaching
You were
PU
teaching,
students,
correct.
coding subjects like Java and other subjects. I was teaching them. Then Satvik grew up. As time passed on, I thought I should shift for a full-time job. So when he was 3 years old, December 2023, I got a full-time job as a college professor for computer science.
Nice.
In a college in South End Circle, Jayanagar.
Lovely.
So December 2023, December 1st was my first day of full-time job. I was very happy. I was into moon, saying that finally my job is starting, my work life is starting. That is what the happiness was.
Correct.
So, but that didn't last long. And something happened personally in my life in January 2024.
Okay.
So that's where things completely took a turn.
Just
like
1 month
took a turn.
of shift, huh?
1 month of my happiness of
You went all the way up to the moon? From
and
1st December?
I fall down like almost 1.5 months. I I was forced to take a turn.
What happened, Divya?
Yeah. So that was my diagnosis with cancer.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
I get goosebumps even when saying that, because nobody had thought that would happen. Like January 1st, I called my mom saying, things are going out of hand, I feel suffocating, I don't know what happened, Satvik fell down, I'm rushing to the hospital, I'll call you later. Because my mom was waiting for me to talk about the events happened previous day, that is I met my gastrointestinal, my tests happened. So I told her I'm not able to talk now, I was completely into tears and I stepped down, I didn't matter people around me. So then we stepped into the car and we left with Satvik. By that time his leg was swell and I was up somewhere. So then we went to the doctor and they told he requires an immediate operation, surgery. So we stepped to the hospital, from one hospital to the other in the ambulance, and I completely broke down there. I told, please come, I need emotional support. I called my parents. That's when my parents stepped in. So luckily people watching this video, they should feel lucky they have their parents basically behind their back to support every action of yours, sufferings of yours, happiness of yours, everything. So luckily I had them too, touch wood. So
that's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a great blessing which nobody knows actually. So yeah, the surgery happened and then we got discharged. At that point my doctor had told me that it was ulcer in my rectum. So okay, fine, we were all okay with it. I was actually discussing with my parents saying I will shift to my mother's place and everything happened. But after Satvik got discharged and my reports came, my biopsy reports came, we went to the gastrointestinal again with my father and my husband. So we went there, he told it was cancer. And my father broke down, my husband was mum and nobody spoke a word of what to happen. I took seconds and I had to ask him, okay, what is the next step?
Courage.
Because I had no, time to think about it.
Wow.
I thought I should proceed with the next. Okay, it is cancer. What can I do? I asked him, the immediate question was, my father broke down. He said she has a son who is in bed now. He requires 2 months of bed rest. How is she going to take care of his son? There is cancer happening and what is she going to do? Am I going to lose her? He bursted out and he left out of the cabin. To which I said, yeah, we'll go for the next step. And the doctor told, we'll do initial tests. You have to go to, he suggested me to some oncologist, and that's how my cancer stepped into my life. So initially, like any person who gets to know about the cancer, which was unexpected. So even I was at a peak of my anger, saying why this happened to me. I don't usually ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಏನು ಕೆಡ್ದು ಎಣಿಸಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ. We don't think bad for anybody. I am a neutral person. I try to help everybody. I don't get into conflicts or anything. I don't think bad for any people. Why is this happening for me? When there is no history of cancer in our family, where did this come up to me?
Wow.
Like I am a person who don't take tablets for anything, and cold and fever also happens very rarely for me. So how does this happen? How did this happen? So after a shock, after another shock, when we took a PET scan, I got to know incidentally I had another cancer. So it was two cancers.
Wow.
So we were all dumbstruck saying, what is this happening in our life? So we were all in that state. So initially I was like very angry and everything happened. But I had my parents to back me up and doctors. I had lots of hospital visits. Initially many tests were done. And then doctors boosted me to go positive with it. That is what will put you up through this, through the cancer.
Wow.
So that's how I was. I started focusing on my, basically my art things that will soothe me out, that will help me focus into something else instead of the pain that I had, because I had very bad abdominal pains during the initial stages and I was passing out blood every now and then. So I was very anemic also.
There could be so many NGOs, so many associations, so many communities that help people with different ailments, different problems in life, right? Mental health is also very important because it traumatizes family, yourself, you have a kid, new marriage, just started, right? Is there any association, NGO that you came across who actually helped you cope with this pain?
So yeah, during my chemotherapies for my second cancer, I used to meet these people from Indian Cancer Society. This is an NGO for cancer. So there were these people, Indian Cancer Society. They used to come talk to the chemotherapy patients. Like they help us vent out whatever is there inside. So that actually gives some amount of emotional support and soothingness, so that we can nobody who knows that us, like a third person who knows nothing about us but can sit and talk to us and say that it's okay, this shall pass too, it's okay, you can frustrate, you can get frustrated, you can vent out. So they were a very good support for us.
Wow, it's crazy of how you have fought like a warrior. I mean, it's great. I mean, this is nothing less than a Nobel Prize. It's nothing less than fighting a war on the borders. You are the unsung hero, and like you, there are millions of people in the world, right? So tell us, if anybody has to face this scenario, there are two ways to look at it. One, I'm giving up my life. It's okay, done, dusted. I'm giving up. But you are a fighter. You gave millions of people a reason to live. What inspired you, and how did you fight cancer?
Okay, so yeah, initially we saw about my cancer journey. So now I will tell you how I coped up with what I can do apart from thinking about cancer treatments and back to forth of the chemotherapies. So I had chemotherapies every 15 days.
Ooh.
So I've had 20 chemotherapies and 3 surgeries. So instead of thinking of all that chemotherapies and what would be my blood results and what would be the next chemo medicine or vagera, I started focusing on something creative. So that, see, initially I told you my parents were there to back me up. So once they left, they were there with me for 2 months almost, and then they had to leave because my papa had to earn. So life happened for them. So they had to leave me, and I was all alone, empty. Like I had people around me, but I was empty over here. So you have, if you know that phrase of empty mind is a devil's workshop. So I didn't want that to happen to my own self. So instead of thinking about the pain, I started focusing on what I can do. So if you know, there is lots of side effects for chemotherapies. Your hands start shivering, you have pains everywhere.
You lose hair as well.
I lost hair, I went.
But this looks great on you.
Yeah. So I had a boycott to cope up initially, and then once it started falling off and I saw it everywhere, I trimmed entire hair. I have done photo shoots of all that trimming and everything.
We'll cover that up.
Yeah, I have put it up on my Instagram personal page. So my cancer journey, everything. So I started doing embroidery. So that stuck into my mind that you have lots of hobbies in your life. Use them in your pain to convert your pain. Like people go for gym to sweat it out when you get stressed. Basically people do that, but for a person who is not physically fit to go for a gym during your cancer treatments, so you obviously tend to lean on something else. So I leaned on my hobby, saying I can sit and do my embroidery. That will give me focus on my hand. Even though it is shivering, I could not draw better. I still tried that, and I started doing my needlework.
Wow.
So more and more focus you put on your work that you're doing. Obviously when you step into something, you feel that you have to complete it, you have to make it look beautiful, so that gives a positive impact on your own self. So I started finding Pinteresty things and started doing outlines on the cloth that I had at home. And then of course I had a very supportive husband who was okay with doing everything. You know, financially it is very draining when you have cancer. In spite of that, he was ready to support me anyway.
Great.
So I didn't stop at home. I stepped out. I went for walks without masks. Thank God I didn't have any problems like diabetes or cholesterol or anything, or weak immunity for that matter. Yes, I was weak, but not that bad. So that initially people don't step out when you have cancer, because you'll have a weak immunity and you are more prone to infection. So I thought, okay, sitting inside, what you do? Your hobby. I started doing my embroidery. Oh yeah, before saying that, I've got something for you.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Can you give me that? Yeah, that one. Yeah. So I thought, why not? So yeah, little branding. I have this logo. This is EH. That is Embroidery Hustle.
Ooh. Ooh, that's so cute.
Yeah. So I tried out something for you. Yeah, you do the honors of opening up.
This is such a surprise. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, it's so thoughtful of you, Divya, and I'm curious to know what's inside
There's
this.
a motto behind this also. So
Wow.
embroidery need not be your granny's thing. You can get it into anything for that matter instead of going for a.
Whoa! Really?
Yes.
Look at this, guys. Brands of Bangalore, and this is super creative. Look at that headphones out here and the mic, which is exclusively for our podcast. Thank you so much, Divya. How did you even come up with this? Whoa!
I actually thought it need not stop on just the accessories or a frame on your wall. It could be a brand logo also that you do it with embroidery. It is sustainable.
Of course.
It is beautiful to hang on your wall.
It's unique.
And it's a logo.
It is.
So I thought of doing it.
Fantastic. I would love to keep it here, for this entire podcast, because this is handmade exclusively for us. Divya, lots of wishes for you.
Thank you.
From the heart. Not because you gave this to us, but your thoughtfulness of creating something so unique, I think itself is a great journey. And it's going to be forever with us, and it's just going to be the first of the many that we are going to have with your blessings.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll keep it here. Is it coming good? Yeah. Cool. Superb. It's coming.
Yeah. So that's why I focused into embroidery. Since I learned it during my pregnancy, I thought of using it, and then I started doing everything. If you notice that I did it on jacket, the jacket that I'm wearing now, there's a D behind.
Wow.
Okay, and then I have done lots of things on my kurtis and hats and vagera. I've done it on my friends. So that's how I initially started with the embroidery, with not a focus of having a small business. Okay, so initially it was for me like a therapy to cope up with whatever pain and situations that I am going through. So I thought this could be a better one to cope up with. So that's how it started.
Amazing. This is a great journey, guys, for somebody who could start with a hobby. This is a great example of how Divya has converted her passion, her hobby, her the most lowest part of her life into a meaningful reason for her to survive a dreaded cancer.
Yeah.
And we hope and pray that how are you today? I mean, are you out of cancer? Are
Yes,
you going
I am
through it?
remissioned currently. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's the fighting spirit, and we hope that it never comes back to you and never comes back to anybody in this world. We want cancer and other dreadest diseases across the world to be out of the world. Yeah, we just want people to be happy.
If I had fought it bravely, there is one initial thing that happened.
Yeah.
That is, I diagnosed it at the right time. I didn't
Very
neglect
important.
it. I took all the steps necessary. I took it immediately without a delay. That is why I am sitting here doing all these stuffs, and I am positive and healthy now. So initial diagnosis and finding it out and going through it step after another is very important.
Divya, brilliant. So now that you have started Embroidery Hustle, a brand by Divya, of course. Now, where do you see this take your career forward? Are you trying to get this into a business model, or you want to keep this as your hobby? Do you want to help people fight various stages of their thought process? What is it on your mind? What do you want? Where do you want to take Embroidery Hustle to?
Yeah. So until this March also, I had my surgery. So during my surgery, you will know there will be not immediate discharge.
Correct.
So I took all my embroidery stuffs to the hospital during my after
Like how
my
you bought here.
Yeah. It was always there in my bag. One
Lovely.
box of threads, a scissor, a needle, and any item that I want to put embroidery on.
In fact, I saw something very cute. Divya, this is so beautiful. I'm going to frame this in my house, in our studio if we have one. But before we end, it's a great lesson for me that outside the class that I teach, the MBA kids, the real life MBA is right here. The lessons that I've learned from you is very precious to me. And what are 3 or 2 or maybe 1 advice that you would like to give, or the lessons for our people who are maybe at your level, maybe somebody who's gone through the worst in their life?
Yeah, so I would say stay as calm as possible, because when you stay calm and composed, you can focus on the real problem in a very real way instead of getting hyped up or having any negative thoughts. Staying calm will put you through the positive side of your own self. And luckily, like, I had my parents, my siblings, my co-sister, my in-laws, everybody was so supportive. For that matter, the nursing staffs in the daycare of my hospital, my doctor by himself, like when I wanted to shoot my own self during my chemotherapies, really? Doctors said, I asked the permission for the doctor if I could take real shots of me having drips through my chemo port and stuff. He said, go for it. I took pictures with him, I took pictures with the nurses. He was so supportive. In spite of going through so many things, he was very supportive. So during my last chemo, I had all that shoots. So for that matter, if a cancer patient wants to do something, let her do. Don't restrict her for any matter, because whatever makes her happy, make her or him or whoever it might be, let them do that. Instead of making them feel they are patient, you have to be very safe inside a bubble. No, that is not needed. Make us feel like we are also human like you, and cancer is just like anything that is like a diabetes or a BP. Just make it feel like that, then the person will automatically turn out to be positive. So that is what would be my biggest message to anybody who is facing through hardship. Just support them, be there for them, and help them do whatever they want to do, be it physically, mentally, or anything. That is what I would say, I would suggest, because I had people like them.
Of course, and it's a blessing that you have a family and friends who are supporting you to fight this, so that becomes a solid push from behind. And for all those who don't have a support system, then there is a lot of hope. When you are alone, you learn how to fight and find ways out, and embroidery could be one of those hobbies. And if you are here on the 26th of July, then definitely Divya's workshop could be a blessing in disguise for you. So come and join this workshop. And special thanks to Clay Works in JP Nagar for giving us this beautiful space. And it's a beautiful cafe out here, full of creativity, full of talent. You can come and make your own clay stuff, pottery classes keep happening, workshops like hers keep happening. It's a great place on the main road, old house converted into a beautiful cafe setup, run by 2 amazing people. So a huge shout out to them, and looking forward to have much more brands of Namma Bengaluru. Thank you so much. Namaskara. Finally fan on.